This week at Universal, we have ride vehicles on site. Concrete is going in on the Hillside project, plus a look at the Halloween Horror Nights houses in that area. And thanks to Google Earth, we have some new overhead images of the park, which show off the security projects, and we're going to overlay some site plans on top of those images to kind of get an idea of what exactly is being built here. So let's get started. So let's start off with the iFly area. Not too much change here, but that big truck is there. And here's these plans. Credits to parksfans.net for the image, plus Alex for overlaying the image on top of the Google image here to try to kind of get an idea of what this is going to look like. So according to ChatGPT, which I used because I didn't know what those boxes were, those are utility boxes. So all those little boxes you see in the site plan image are utility boxes, and they go around a pathway. And you can see this pathway here, or kind of see the pathway. It goes from the carriage storage parking garage all the way to those other cluster of boxes, which is where iFly is right now into City Walk. So that's kind of what it's going to look like. Um, for that particular structure into City Walk from the ET parking lot. And again, this should be hopefully by Horror Nights, this will be up, but definitely by next year. We have another overlay for the Woody Woodpecker parking lot that we'll go over right now. But first, let's go ahead and check on the bathrooms. Not too much that we can see here for the new bathroom project here at AMC City Walk. But they are making some progress. There are some new pipes there, so they're continuing to, looks like, do some underground utilities, and hopefully this opens by HHN. Now at Woody Woodpecker. So they're working here today, mostly just that backhoe there on the hillside there, digging away with some dirt. And there was a guy also shoveling some dirt next to that you couldn't see. But let's do a little overlay here and let's see. This was a little bit more clear of the security plans by park fans. And again, thanks to Alex for doing this overlay using the Google Earth images that just released. Let's see what exactly this will look like and how um, pathways will be formed and such and things like that. So here we have our overhead image, and you can see a much more visible pathway. You see all those big utility boxes again, and a big structure to the right hand side. I assume this will be the security structure that guests walk through. You can see that little triangular ADA path. I believe that's an ADA path that you can see being dug up in the ground in previous updates here at the Woody Woodpecker lot. But I assume it'll come under the Jurassic parking lot. That structure, that big box there to the right on the plans, will be the actual security structure, I assume. And then maybe you either walk up towards City Walk. I don't know if that little path, see that little pathway in between all the boxes. I don't know if that's going to be a road or like a pathway for pedestrians. If this will be one big plaza, that I can't particularly tell. But it's interesting that I think there's some sort of pathway there because according to again ChatGPT, when I said investigate this image for me, it said that in between all those utility boxes is likely some sort of pathway or road. Might be a pathway, but I'm just trying to figure out how the security would work if that big box, if that large empty box or rectangle there is the security structure, which I think it is. Very interested to see how it works. We'll hopefully see how this works in a few months when things start to go vertical, and we'll get more of an idea how this all will work and how things will process. I want to talk about Johnny Rockets for a little bit because Inside Universal reported that according to some staff members, um, July 1st will be its last operating day. This Johnny Rockets will close on July 1st, according to team members inside the Johnny Rockets. I asked one today and they weren't sure. I guess they hadn't heard that. But so we'll just have to see. But Inside Universal usually doesn't lie. And maybe, and again, this could have been a new team member. Who knows? But it looks like Johnny Rockets will close. Now, I'm curious if it will be demolished to widen the pathway because that'll be the new central security hub, or if a new restaurant will replace that. So come July, it'll be very interesting to see what's going on with Johnny Rockets, if they'll shave it down a little bit or just replace it with a new restaurant. All right, we made it. We made it to the story you guys have all been waiting for. And look at that. It is a ride vehicle. That's right. Fast and Furious ride vehicle. I was so excited to see this because I was hoping, since I'm off this week, I was like, man, I hope this pull through testing occurs um, during this week. And it did. It's Monday, the 19th here, and we have the Dodge Charger, particular speculated to be the Dodge Charger, doing its pull through testing with its pull through envelope. Now I have even more images here I want to show you of this ride vehicle because it kept coming out closer and closer and closer. Um, the longer I stayed, which is pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and take a look. And there we go. Yeah, the longer I stayed, the more the vehicle came out. And see, there's some men working on it right now. But look at those intimate seats. Four people per seats. These are the tail lights of the vehicle. It's speculated this is the Dodge Charger here, and you have that big envelope there. That envelope is a clearance envelope. So we're gonna pull that thing throughout the track and the station. Make sure it doesn't hit any other pieces of the track or people's heads or other people's hands, or if another coaster train's flying by. Keep in mind, the vehicles will be spinning, so I know some sections of the track look like they're very close to the ground or very close to each other. Well, they're going to test the spin profile of this as well. They're going to make sure that in whatever direction it'll be in along its course, that it's not going to, hit anybody or anything. So that's pretty cool. We should see some more of this testing really ramp up into gear later on this month and especially next month and into July. Elsewhere on the Fast and Furious side, they have removed the walls and replaced the walls with these green construction fences at the extended queue, and they have dug up the rubble. Remember, this used to be the exit of the special effects show, and they have now dug up the rubble. This will be extended queue. As I see, they're starting to work on that rather quickly. I can't wait to see this form in front of our eyes. I hope they don't put the construction walls back because it'd be pretty cool to see the queue stanchions and the switchbacks starting to form in front of our eyes. I hope they add like some themed elements, maybe a canopy or something. But I think it'll just be an outdoor queue. But maybe they'll add some cool theming or something on the wall, in the wall that abuts Luigi. So we'll have to see. On the way out of here, I caught a view of the side of the car. You can see, the seating area is there. The front of the car is kind of peeking out, but it's a little bit in the maintenance bay. But not the best view, but this is by the Springfield sign, so I thought it'd be kind of cool. But yeah, that is a little bit of the side car, and hopefully we'll get a full reveal of these cars pretty soon. Because remember, one of them is going to be a photo op for the new Mega Movie Summer event starting on June 13th. So they're going to have to do a full reveal pretty soon. Elsewhere on the Fast and Furious site, they're working hard on the retaining walls there, pouring concrete on the wall there and even above the wall. So that's moving well. The little electrical structure is done. The sound wall, not yet, but they formed, look at that, a maze of catwalks going up and down and around. It's like a little funhouse of catwalks there on each of the launches. So once they're all done with that, I assume they'll start work on the sound wall and should be good to go. At the other retaining wall here at the Mummy Wall Phase 2, or I guess Mummy Wall Phase 1, concrete is being poured slightly for this area. They're still working hard here. The Mummy Halloween Horror Nights house is quite a nice facade going up there. Not sure what this is going to be. I know there's spec maps out there. I think what this is supposed to be Fallout or something based on the spec map, but I'm not entirely sure. And the rumored return of Scarecrow is looking good as well. That facade does look like very similar to the 2022 Scarecrow, so I wouldn't be shocked if that was Scarecrow, but no official announcement yet. Hopefully in June. Over on our favorite overlook area, not too much happening, but I did see some workers working on the roof of this extended queue structure here. You're gonna have some fantastic views from this structure, so I'm very excited about that. Lastly, let's check in on Escapeology. This actually recently opened just 5 days ago, and I went inside, took a little peek, and show some images. So yeah, looks pretty nice in there. I love the thematic choices. It really fits well with the toothsome area, and it's cool. Each of the escape rooms have very cool themed doors, and yeah, they still have some boxes, so it's kind of in a soft opening period. But all escape rooms are open. It's $50 per person for adults and $40 per person for children. And yeah, go ahead and make your reservations today. You can walk in or you can go book it online. But yeah, nice to see this finally open, and hopefully it does good business. And that's going to do it for this update. Very, very exciting update from the security and for Fast and Furious. Things are really moving along at this park, and I can't wait to cover it all summer long and into next year. What do you guys think of this update? What do you guys think of this ride? If you go, by the way, that is a wrap. The Dodge Charger will be black, but it is a camouflage zebra wrap when they unveil it um, via social media. And they'll take that off. And plus, they probably don't want to dirty the vehicle up. They're doing pull-through testing, so they're that'll be it's wrapped up for now. But what do you guys think of the ride vehicle, the security projects, and more? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and if you want to help the channel, you can become a member for early access to videos like these, or leave a super thanks down below. Thank you very much.